Hey everyone, and welcome to day 20 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your Bird Box movie review. Something is causing people to become suicidal after they stare at whatever it is. So as far as the story goes, this 2018 Netflix movie is one that I was really curious to see, and I had seen this for the third time now. Since then, it is still a movie that I can't look away from. And when you first find out there is something affecting all of these people to make them kill themselves, I'm thinking, is this the happening again? It turns out to be this fast-paced and intense movie, and it only gets more insane from there when you don't expect when things are going to happen. So while Sandra Bullock, whose character happens to be pregnant, hunkers down in this house with all of these other survivors, there is this time shift between her being in the house and then I guess several years go by and she's with these two kids. And then it switches back to her in the house. And I felt like that affected the pacing of this movie a little bit. I kind of wished that, it had flowed a little bit better, because at times it was hard to follow everything that was going on even before the scary scenes popped up on screen. And maybe the book that this movie is based off of is better. I really wouldn't know because I didn't read the book, but and I actually didn't know this was based off of a book, so that's kind of interesting. So as far as the casting goes, like I said, you've got Sandra Bullock, who was pretty good in this movie as this woman named Mallory, who becomes this mother who at times has to take serious charge of these two kids whenever she's with them, and I really felt like her performance improved, especially when they had to be told what to do. And I think I remember her saying in an interview that she sort of was inspired by how she would, like, this is how she would probably talk to her kids, and she knows, like, from experience. That was really cool. And of course, this movie did have a lot of well-known actors that I am familiar with. You've got Trevante Rhodes, who I thought was this really cool character who actually seemed to be really strong and protective of Sandra Bullock's character, and I loved especially seeing John Malkovich, because I think he's a really good actor, and I was really shocked to see him in a movie like this. And then of course seeing Sarah Paulson in a few of her scenes just really reminded me of why I like her in this genre of films. And of course, a lot of the other characters in this movie were just really, I don't know, comedic at times, and I don't know if that really fit well for the tone of the movie. So the things that I liked about this movie was that while people were going crazy left and right, I liked the suspense when it came to the antagonist of the movie, and how people reacted to it was all very terrifying to watch, because everyone had their eyes closed or had a blindfold on, and sometimes you feel their fear because you don't see what they can't see when it comes to the antagonist, when the camera basically focused on everybody's reactions and their eyes and just what they were experiencing, and I liked that added tension. And this antagonist was some kind of supernatural being, which was pretty scary. But unfortunately, the thing that I didn't really like about this movie was that while there were some action sequences that stood out throughout the movie, it was a tad unrealistic, especially in the scenes with Sandra Bullock and the kids on the river. And I'm not gonna give it away, but I just found it to be just very odd, and it felt like an incomplete movie when they didn't exactly go delve deep into explaining how things started and why. And I got confused as to the existence of certain characters that were confronting the group, and just why they were acting the way they were. I mean, it kind of reminded me of the Walking Dead show. I don't know if you guys are fans of the Walking Dead, but you probably know what I'm talking about. So overall, I would say that I was, I found this movie to be very average. I was slightly impressed with it. I wouldn't say I completely liked it or hated it, so I'm still going to recommend seeing this movie if you guys haven't. It's on Netflix, like I said. So I would give this 3 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Bird Box, and come back tomorrow for day 21 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates coming every week for a Trial Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.